Hello. Okay, that's the wrong image. Wilf. Oh, thank you, Wilf. Okay, this is my vlog. So, starting off winter break, my brother had a hockey tournament. I took pictures. This is one of him. He played pretty good, I think. His team got like fourth, but this is kind of just an excuse for me to show off. I got the shovel actually, first day. I have a pig too. That's what you see on the left, and my dog on the right. The dog's name is Max. He's pretty cool. There's a better picture of him and my cat Snoopy, who I've had for like forever. They're awesome. So for whoever wants to know, really, this is a collage of my drive to town every day. Believe it or not, those are different images. But my drive to work in the morning and church is about 45 minutes. It's really fun, especially when it's icy. Bridge, nice. More bridge. Here's an old church that seats like 20 that my family goes to on occasion. They have like services once in a while. So finally made it to the highway. That was about like half an hour of driving just to get to the highway. Nice. Also, I took these pictures while driving. Yeah, that's not the most legal thing, but enjoy anyways. That's my home church. It's pretty cool. We'll get more footage of it later, but here's this a cool picture. Over this break, I got to work at my old job at the Petrocan, which is pretty cool that my boss was able to set that up for me on like a day's notice. Let's get ready for work. Looking average as usual. Nice. Gotta have the free coffee. Today I'm making wraps. Those are some images of them. They look pretty cool. As well as wraps, I make pizzas. There's my pizza oven. A great hand warmer for winter. That's pretty cool. There's one of my pizzas. I think I had that one for lunch. So I'm also making a pie today. It's an eggnog pie for Christmas. It turned out pretty well. Yeah. I'm not usually supposed to make stuff for personal use at work, but I did it anyways today because it was so slow. But I also made one for staff, so that like justifies it. We also get free expiries, so I got a whole bunch of chips to munch on. Also, I'm getting back into martial arts. There's a picture of the dojo. I would have taken a video, but I forgot to until practice was over. So that's fun, getting back into it. One of the perks of living in the middle of nowhere is we get to snowmobile. We just randomly decided to go one day. My brother had some engine issues, so that was fun. We just combined. So I'm not driving here. he is, because I don't know, I forgot. But we zoom in, boys. Hello. Okay. Guess I'll do some actual vlogging. It's about 7:55 p.m. I got off work 2 hours ago. I'm bored. I preach in about 3 hours. That's fun. I'm nervous. Yeah, that should be fun. The all-nighter starts in about 2 hours, or an hour actually. Oh boy. So that should be fun. I'll be vlogging that. That should be cool. Okay, we just did 2 hours of nerve. You can't see me, but that's okay. I speak in 20 minutes, and to say I'm nervous would be speaking too highly. I am quaking, boyos. I'll record it for y'all. Cheers. So I'm speaking in about 2 minutes. Wish me luck. I guess I'm gonna need it. Okay, bye. Good morning, everyone. Well, Caleb introduced me, but if you don't already know me, my name's Thomas. I'm a leader here of this youth group. If you don't recognize me, it may be because I'm gone for a couple months, or it's my bedhead.
I thought it was the mustache.
Or the stash. Down in Abbotsford at a Bible college. I'm grateful to be back. I've really missed y'all. Even if I've never seen you all before, I've missed y'all too. So my goal today is, in speaking, is if that you are a Christian, I hope that you're challenged to take your commitment to Jesus to the next level. My second goal is to invite you, if you're not a Christian, to the greatest movement in history set in motion by Jesus 2,000 years ago. So my first question for you is, what is a Christian? Feel free to, that's a question for you guys to answer. Yeah. Yes. Cool.
Person that goes to church. No. No.
Well, yes, but actually not really. Well, the Google definition is relating to or professing Christianity or its teachings. However, many people today claim to be a Christian, but instead practice things counter to what the Bible teaches. Many present a different Jesus or preaching a watered down or completely different version of the Gospels. So, what does it mean to be a Christian? I'll ask you guys. I can't hear you. Can you speak up? I don't know what I'm doing.
To believe fully in the victory of the cross.
Thanks, Isaac.
Can you guys hear back there okay? Yeah. No?
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, Thomas, you have to talk louder.
I'm doing my best.
Guys, can we maybe just shift the circle a little bit? Can we make it like...
All right.
No, you're
So, thank you. So, the movement that I stated was fully mentioned in our youth group key verse. Does anyone here happen to have it memorized? That The verse that's in the Bible, not our catchphrase.
Come on, somebody's got to know it.
Somebody.
What book is it found in?
Bible.
Okay, that's good. Next, after that, where's it found? Nope.
No.
Good guess, though.
New Testament.
Matthew.
Okay, what chapter?
12.
Nope.
No.
Near the end. 32. Right at the end.
Starts with a 2 and ends with an 8.
19.
208.
Thomas, you might have to read it apparently.
I might have to read it. Okay.
28, 19 to 20.
Good job, Gabe. Thanks for answering.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Listen up.
Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. So, the Great Commission happened at the end of Jesus' ministry, where he gathered his disciples and gave them the Great Commission. However, it isn't just the mission Jesus gave his disciples, it's our mission as well. Much like the disciples of Jesus, we are to go as well, like whether that's in our schools or even our homes, and make disciples. Everyone is invited to participate in this mission and to be refined by a commitment to know Jesus. So every person is invited to not only follow Jesus, but to invite others to follow him as well. If we believe this is for everyone, we agree that others should also be invited to participate. So what does a difference maker or disciples mean to us today? So if you haven't heard, which you have heard twice by now, I've recently applied and got accepted to Bible college down south. At Summit, I've had the opportunity to be a difference maker in any area that I could. Within the first couple of weeks, one of my friends got baptized, and a Bible study started the same week, which I helped start. When I applied to Summit, I chose to be in an Omega Global program centered around discipleship. And I and the 9 others on my team, placed on my Omega team, have all had the opportunity to be difference makers in our communities and ministries. Every Wednesday, we would drive about 45 minutes, so that's like here in Houston, probably, and volunteer at an organization called Night Shift. This organization is one that helps homeless people with their needs, giving them hot drinks and company. Many of our homeless friends have been affected, and the trajectory of their lives have been greatly affected because of what we do. What we do is like we offer prayer, give drinks, whatever they might need. One of my favorite examples is when a couple of my friends on my team were talking to this one gentleman. I wish I remember his name, but he was reading the Bible and he wanted to translate it. He was reading a KJV version. He wanted to translate it into a more modern version of the Bible. You should have seen his face when he discovered that already existed. Without hesitation, we gave him an NIV Bible, and now he wants to write his own book as well. It's like really cool to see that happen from a guy we met like an hour and a half prior. Being a difference maker does not require going to a Bible college like I have, or anything along those lines really. It involves simply loving others as Christ did. Paul says in Galatians, "You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love, for the entire law is fulfilled in keeping one command: love your neighbor as yourself." That's Galatians 4, I think. What Paul is saying here is to use your freedom found in Christ to become a difference maker wherever you might be. When I talk about my time in Omega's Team Weekly Ministry, we are using our freedom in Jesus to make a difference and to serve each other in love. We're invited to make a difference, and we said, count us in. You, my friends, are also invited to make a difference. What will you say? Jesus is inviting you to be made whole. What will you say? Let's look a little deeper into what it means to actually be a disciple or a difference maker of Jesus. So what do you guys think is a disciple? Let's start there. Kyler.
Someone like follows someone else and learns from them.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Meetings got
Like what Kyler said, like to follow Jesus and to be like a student of his.
You had something?
To be active in your faith.
Nice. Okay. So to look at what we have to be as disciples, let's look at what it meant to be a disciple back in the time of Jesus. I'm sure you guys know the 12 famous disciples. So why did Jesus choose his disciples, really? When Jesus called the fishermen to be his disciples, they weren't the best of the best. They were fishermen, following their family trade. They had no teacher to follow prior. When Jesus called the fishermen to be his disciples, it can be also applied to him calling us to follow him. We aren't the best of the best, as typically required by Jewish tradition to be a disciple. The disciples weren't good enough for discipline under a rabbi or a teacher, nor are we. Yet Jesus still chose us, because Jesus' ministry is for everyone. In choosing disciples, a Jewish rabbi would only choose those who he believed had what it took to follow him, what it took to take on his work. This also relates to Jesus and his choice to choose the fishermen to become his disciples. Jesus believed that they had what it took to follow him, to take on his work. Believe it or not, Jesus also believes that you are capable of doing what he did and following in his footsteps as the disciples have. So let's look at the example of Peter. One of my favorite disciples. He's kind of abrasive at times. So in the book of Matthew, we see a prime example of Peter walking in Jesus' footsteps. Does somebody want to read a passage for me? Please and thank you. Okay, perfect. Matthew 14:22-29. Please and thank you very much. Yes.
Immediately, he made the disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowds. And after he had dismissed the crowds, he went up the mountain by himself to pray. Is this Jesus? Yeah. When evening came, he was there alone, but the boat by this time was a long way from the land, beaten by the waves, for the wind was against it. And in the fourth watch of the night, he came to them, walking on the sea. When the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified, and said, "It is a ghost," and they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." And Peter answered him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come out to you on the water." He said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came to Jesus.
Thank you. So in these verses, Jesus was walking on the water. In seeing Jesus, Peter's first reaction was to walk on the water towards Jesus. Here, Peter is doing what he's been trained to do, following in Jesus' footsteps, doing as he was doing, in this case, on water. So I'll leave you with a final question. Will you join the greatest movement and be a difference maker? That's all.
Yes.
Yeah, sweet. I don't know how to close this.
18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy Saturday!
Like the square table.
Got snacks.
How about no? No. I like too many bees and the shakiness. What are you? Yeah.
Is there nothing he cannot do? Yes, as Bunce himself says, adventure is...
This is just bad, right?
Phoenix has news.
Guess what, guys? Tom's coming back.
That's it for me. I'll see you all next week.